On today's video, I happen to visit a farmer. He's a good friend though, and we happen to get to know each other during COVID's time. And he declared broiler farming to be the 9th wonder of the world. Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and even share for others or for other farmers to still accept his case, to second his case. My friend called Martin is an agriculture economics and taking broiler farming to the next level, which is in agribusiness.
Welcome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Over to you.
Okay, so my name is Martin, a farmer doing broilers, and I've declared broilers as the 9th wonder of the world. Reason being, the weight gain of the broilers is tremendous. I've never seen such a bird performing so well. And back to my history, I think my vet has skipped an era of my life where I did kienyeji farming, and I switched to broiler farming just the other year as a trial project, and I've never looked back. So broiler is the 9th wonder of the world. Let's introduce to you why.
Nice.
Yeah.
On today's engagement, it will be more of a Q&A, unlike the previous ones. Don't forget to even view the previous ones. Now, I have noted down some few questions for my colleague, my farmer, called Martin. And my number one question, what's the zeal in the wonder? What makes you have broilers as the 9th wonder?
Yes, thank you, Doc. So broilers, I've never seen a bird mature so fast. In fact, when I met vet here and he told me that broilers mature in 5 weeks, I was like, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So I was like, 5 weeks? Isn't that still a chick? But he told me, try and test. That's the only way you can get to know, especially in agribusiness. I will advise also all the agripreneurs out there, no such thing in agribusiness as theoretical. You just try, test, learn as you move. So I tried, I tested with 100 chicks at first because I was still learning the ropes, and I can say they matured in 5 weeks or less because of a strategy he showed me himself. And he also came to my farm, did visits frequently, and I can assure you that I harvested my broilers in 4 weeks straight. And that is what makes the zeal of the 9th wonder come in, because broilers are so fast in maturing, they're so sweet if you get to taste them. And the market is always there for broilers if you know how to channel your market, and if you know how to target the niche in the broiler market. In fact, broilers, I can say in poultry, it's one of the best investments you can make as an agripreneur. That makes it the 9th wonder of the world.
Okay, over to the next question. Though you're like combining all of my questions. Okay. What advice would you give to maybe a potential farmer who is skeptical on investing in broilers farming, in chicken farming, on our case being broiler farming? On the next video, we'll be visiting a farm, and you'll still be an example of why you left kienyeji farming. But for today's video, we are talking about matters broilers.
Okay. So for broilers, what makes them so amazing, and a reason I would advise people not to shy away from broilers, is the fact that broilers are very easy to manage if you get to know how they work, how to brood them from the brooding stage to the harvesting stage. If you get to know about the light management, if you get to know about the water and the food quality and how to maintain that they eat the best feeds at all time. Yeah, so broilers, I can advise farmers that it's a worthy investment. It's not at all the way people say in the media, or they put myths at broiler farming that these birds are given drugs to enhance their growth. That is a big lie, but I guess that's a video for another day. We will focus on the myths that are there in the broiler farming and the broiler markets, and we will also look at the broilers and how to make them maximize your profit by minimizing the cost of production. I'm an economist myself, so I can even help Doc in that next video to show you how to minimize production so you can maximize profits. Yeah.
Nice. As a fact, I happened to maybe pass by his farm, and he was harvesting his last crops. Maybe at around 10, 20?
Yeah, around 10, 20 of them.
10 birds.
Yeah.
From 500 to 10, and now the flock needs to more of okay, for broilers you tend to have an all-in, all-out.
Yes.
Clean the house, disinfect, fumigate.
Yeah.
In preparation of the next video.
Yeah.
I happened to have him have 10 of the last in his 500 flock.
Yeah.
Hey, you more in business. You're smiling all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
I'll not leave you. I'll not leave you. I'll just be up on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on what trick did you use? What did you employ on the broiler farm that you missed in the Kienyeji improved farm?
Yes.
Or maybe what made you like have this is the ninth wonder of the world on matters? In your previous farm you had mortalities and stuff. What did you get to learn?
Okay, so in broiler farming, when I started, as I said, I just did the trial project, and I did 100 birds where I learned about how to brood and how to manage the chicks well. I can say that is one of the lessons that is very valuable up to date, because I reduced mortality and I was able to rear the chicks all round the year, because I was able to know how to brood them even in cold conditions, even in warm conditions. I think broiler is something that you can do all around the year, especially for Kenya, where we have tropical climate and we don't have severe winter. So we can always learn how to brood during the cold season. Of course, there are a few tricks that you will use during the cold season, so as to enable the chicks are able to survive almost all of them. So another thing I've been able to get, especially from Doc, is a trick called Phytobiotics. He taught me about phytobiotics and how they influence the gut health of the chicken from the time they come in as day-old chicks. They develop the gut system, and the chick is able to grow into a bird that absorbs food optimally and at the highest accuracy. And that is a lesson that was able to help me harvest from 6 weeks earlier on when I was doing my trial to 4 weeks that I'm harvesting as we speak right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now I will share to our viewer.
Yeah.
Where is the money at? Call it numbers.
Okay, yeah. So poultry is a game of numbers, I can say. The money is when you learn how to streamline your production and align it with the market. Because I usually say that in the poultry system, or generally the agribusiness system, there is no one way of looking at it. You have to look all the way from production all the way to the market. So it is a full circle, given that if you get production wrong but you get marketing right, it's still not viable. And if you get marketing right and production also right, that is where you get the money, and that is where you get to maximize your profit. So I can say in broilers, one thing that you are running with is time. You are running against time. So you need to look for a system where you alternate the broilers, so you don't have, even if we have been able to shorten our harvesting period with Doc collaboratively, because he comes to the farm, does farm visits. I've also been able to get how to do different batches of broiler chicks with a small time difference for say 2 weeks. So if I get to put 500 birds this week, and when the birds mature and get out of the brooder, I'm able to put another 500 with a spacing of 2 weeks. So when the harvesting time comes for the first batch, I will only wait for 2 weeks to harvest the rest, instead of the normal 1 month I would have waited normally if I did not do the continuous production. So that is one trick that I use. And also, as I said, the drugs and the enhancers, you use the phytobiotics, which are plant-based, and they are very useful in helping the chicken get gut health. So that is where the money is at. And also, as I said, the marketing is crucial. If you get the marketing right, you need to get people who are getting your final product, which is meat, at the best price. And also, when you get to harvest them earlier, you put them in the market earlier, so they don't take much of feed consumption. And of course, feed is the most challenging journey a farmer has to take in poultry farming. I think Doc can second me on that, because according to statistics, feed take up to 60% of the total production cost. So if you're able to get your broilers out of the farm earlier, it means that you save on feeds and you maximize on profit.
Yes, I'll second him on that. Now, but one thing that he might have missed sharing, that he started with 100 birds, and right now he's doing 500 in every 2 weeks. So in a month, that's 1,000 bob. Money is in numbers. The more the number, the higher the profit. Say one bird gives you a profit of, the worst case scenario, 100 shillings. That's $1. If you have 1,000 of them, you can do the maths. Okay. Now, on our next question, how would you advise a farmer who has a case of mortalities and biosecurity issues? When they get some mortality, he throws over the fence or to the dogs over the gate. How would you advise that?
Okay, when it comes to broilers, as I mentioned, I shifted from a very simple production process of kienyeji, which was improved kienyeji, where you just did the normal things like just brooding them and getting them to the chicken house, which was not always sanitary. So I can always say, when it came to broilers, I changed my perspective on sanitary measures, because broilers, they need a clean environment, a very clean environment. So when it comes to brooding all the way to post-brooding practices, every surface that a broiler bird is reared on has to be very clean. That is the first step I will give the farmer to advancing and ensuring biosecurity. So if your litter is usually not well swept after a production process, I will advise the farmer to always clean the litter thoroughly and spray the correct germicides on the farm, so that the poultry that is coming next can get a brooding space and also an eating space that is very clean. That way you will be able to reduce on mortality, and you will be able to get your chicken to have a very happy place to eat. And broilers also, when it comes to an advice I will give to a farmer, is the antibiotics that they use. I will also encourage them to use proper antibiotics that give the chicken from day one immunity against the common diseases like the cold, and also the bacterial infections. So if you're able to eradicate bacterial infections on your farm, you will be able to reduce mortality.
Nice. I know by now you want to visit his farm. You want to visit his farm.
Yeah.
You want to visit Martin's farm. You can inbox us. Our contacts are in the description below. You can engage us if you want to visit his farm, and if you want to still learn and get first-hand information from my friend Martin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and even share where you're watching us from, or even the next visit, or maybe the next topic you want us to discuss on.
Yeah.
Watch us in, keep in touch in our next video.
Yeah. Broilers, the 9th wonder of the world.
Broilers,
Yes.
the 9th wonder of the world.